So, just in case you've never thought about it before, here is why I, as a CSA survivor, do not want the death penalty for perpetrators. Don't get me wrong, I am not advocating for them to not convict perpetrators or for them to even get lenient punishments. I want quite the opposite. I want them to get convicted more, and I want the punishments to be harsher than what they have been. Turning CSA into a death penalty charge will only make it harder on the victim and more harmful to the victim. One of the ways it's going to be doing that is by making it harder to convict their perpetrator. There is already an extremely high threshold of evidence in order to convict anyone of CSA. Death penalty cases have an even higher threshold of what constitutes as evidence, as well as how much you need to actually convict someone, unless you just so happen to be black. And I say that because study after study shows that you are more likely to be convicted of a death penalty case if you are black. The conviction rate for CSA is already astonishingly low, though. So, making it to where the penalty for CSA is at the maximum will only make that issue worse. I also want you guys to realize that the same states that are making these changes to make it to where CSA is a death penalty charge are the exact same states that are avidly anti-LGBTQ and constantly calling people in the LGBTQ pedophiles and predators. They're also the same states that are burning sex ed books and banning sex ed, age-appropriate sex ed from schools. The very thing that is statistically proven to lower the rates of CSA, they have banned from schools. Oftentimes, the perpetrator of CSA is a loved one to the victim. That doesn't always mean parent or family friend. That could mean a stranger on the internet who has given them solace in a hard time, or someone they thought they could trust and someone who they love. Admittedly, this point is my weakest, and if this was the only reason I had as to why we shouldn't do the death penalty, I likely wouldn't believe that we shouldn't do the death penalty. But if a child is to believe that their loved one is going to die as a result of them coming out, they're going to be less likely to come out. We already know this because it happens all the time when children are groomed. They are told by the perpetrator, if you tell them, I'll go to jail and then I'll die. So that's why it's my weakest point, is because it already happens. And the last but definitely not the least, children will be murdered more. If you make the penalty for murder the exact same as the CSA, the child can't speak up for themselves if they're no longer here to do so.